On a sultry summer evening in New York City, 1841, the city was alive with the sounds of carriages clattering over cobblestone streets, the distant hum of factory machinery, and the ceaseless chatter of its burgeoning population. Amidst this vibrant tapestry of urban life, a young woman named Mary Rogers became the focal point of a mystery that would capture the imagination of the nation and resonate through the annals of crime for centuries. Mary Cecilia Rogers was a beauty that turned heads wherever she went. Known as the beautiful cigar girl, she worked at John Anderson's tobacco shop on Broadway, where her striking looks and charm drew a steady stream of admirers and customers. She was the embodiment of youthful allure in a city that was fast becoming the melting pot of dreams and ambition. However, Mary's life would be cut tragically short, leaving behind a mystery that would baffle detectives and inspire the legendary Edgar Allan Poe. It all began on a hot Sunday, July 25, 1841. Mary left her home, telling her fiancé, Daniel Payne, that she was going to visit her aunt. She never returned. Her sudden disappearance was not initially alarming. After all, Mary was known to have stayed away from home occasionally, visiting friends or relatives. But as hours turned into days, concern turned into panic. Payne, along with Mary's mother, frantically searched the city, only to be met with dead ends and growing dread. The mystery took a grim turn 3 days later, when Mary's lifeless body was discovered floating in the Hudson River near Hoboken, New Jersey. Her body was found by some local fishermen, and the sight was gruesome. She bore marks of violence, suggesting a brutal struggle before her death. Picturesque banks of the Hudson, usually a place of leisure, were now tainted with a macabre discovery that would send shockwaves through the city. The New York police were immediately on the case, but the investigation was marred by incompetence and the lack of modern forensic method. The newspapers, however, seized upon the story with a fervor that only stoked the public's fascination. Sensational headlines blared from every corner newsstand, each article adding more speculation and intrigue to the case. The beautiful cigar girl's tragic end became the talk of the town, her life and mysterious death dissected in the salons and taverns alike. Numerous theories emerged, each more tantalizing than the last. Some whispered of a jilted lover's revenge, others of a botched abortion that turned deadly. There were even murmurings of gang violence, the unfortunate girl having been caught in the crossfire of New York's notorious criminal underbelly. The investigation took detectives through the labyrinthine streets of Manhattan, into the parlors of the city's elite, and the dark alleys where danger lurked at every corner. Daniel Payne, Mary's betrothed, was initially a suspect. His grief and erratic behavior raised eyebrows, but there was no concrete evidence linking him to the crime. He was devastated, turning to alcohol to drown his sorrows. Months later, Payne himself was found dead near the very spot where Mary's body had been discovered, an empty bottle of laudanum beside him. It was a tragic end to a love story that had been overshadowed by the darkness of unanswered questions. The investigation also cast suspicion on John Anderson, the owner of the tobacco shop. Rumors swirled that he had been infatuated with Mary, and perhaps his unrequited love had driven him to a desperate act. Anderson denied any involvement, and like Payne, the evidence against him was circumstantial at best. His business suffered immensely as a result, and he became a pariah in the eyes of a scandal-hungry public. As the months dragged on, the case grew colder, but it never faded from public consciousness. Edgar Allan Poe, the master of macabre and mystery, found himself drawn to the tragic tale. He penned The Mystery of Marie Roget, a fictionalized account of Mary Rogers' life and death, moving the setting to Paris but retaining the haunting essence of the real case. Poe's story did more than entertain, cast a critical eye on the investigation's flaws and the societal attitudes toward women. The public's fascination with Mary's case highlighted the era's gender dynamic and the often precarious position of women in society. Mary Rogers was not just a victim. She became a symbol of innocence lost and the perils faced by women who dared to step into the public eye. The case also underscored the limitations of the contemporary justice system, where sensationalism often overshadowed the pursuit of truth. Years turned into decades, and while the fervor of the initial investigation waned, the legend of Mary Rogers endured. Theories continued to abound. Was it a crime of passion, a botched medical procedure, or something more sinister? Each new hypothesis added another layer to the enigma, ensuring that Mary's story would never be forgotten. In retrospect, the murder of Mary Rogers was a convergence of beauty, tragedy, and the burgeoning power, breasts. It was a tale that encapsulated the volatile mix of urban life in 19th century America, where rapid growth and social change created a backdrop ripe for mystery and intrigue. The unanswered questions surrounding her death left a legacy that would influence crime literature and investigative methods for years to come. Case remains unsolved, spectral presence in the annals of New York's history. Mary Rogers, the beautiful cigar girl, continues to captivate the imagination, her story a dark reminder of a bygone era's mystery. In the heart of the city that never sleeps, amidst the progress and the perpetual motion, the ghost of Mary Rogers lingers, whispering secrets that may never be fully unveiled.